double think clouds your mind. If you walk that road, you'll be left behind, like swaying branches in the air, lost in confusion, filled with despair. Arguments and fallacies taken from the book of lies and deceit. There are those who will never see the gift of Logos that was given to me. And I know how water flows, and I know what level shows, and you'll be wasting your time, mine, trying to change what's been defined. I know what I know. I know what I know. You don't know what you don't know. Blackpool paradox. You think it's measuring, but it's not. It's optical phenomenon. All you fools think you know what's beyond. I know how water flows, and I know what level shows, and you'll be wasting your time, mine, trying to change what's been defined. I know how water flows, and I know what level shows, and you'll be wasting your time, trying to change what's been defined.
Horizon means the line where the sky meets the earth. Yeah, that's the definition I'm going by.
All
I'll be saying-
horizontals are parallel to
finish,
the plane of the
finish.
horizon.
Let me finish. You can't just spout your logic at me. I'm still talking.
And we are live. Welcome everyone. Happy 4th of July to all you Americans. Oh, Flat Earth Math is well, thank you very much. It appears it's not such a happy 4th of July for Madonna. Does that even look like Madonna? Don't know what's going on there. I don't know. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Not really got much planned here apart from a bit of a short show. So stick with us for as long as we can. I'm just going to go over a couple of short videos and then we're going to go into a Discord in preparation for tomorrow. We've got a guest coming tomorrow to go over a logician, an esteemed globe logician of the monadic logicians. Betty's coming round tomorrow to do an Aristotle thing. So, obviously, it's a bit of a busy day today. 4th of July, I would expect most people to be out doing whatever on their holiday. So, yeah, could be going over this sort of stuff. Now, we went over yesterday flat earth math, Charles. I don't understand what he's going on about. So we went over a thing with flat earth math, Charles, yesterday. If Charles wants to come in, have a chat about that, he can. But one of the claims that was made quite recently by a lot of people, especially in the YouTube comments, is about a guy called Jesse Kozlowski. Now, Jesse Kozlowski, if you don't know, he was a big name in the dogmatic model surveying community. Now, whether he is actually a surveyor, a little bit dubious, as dubious as some of the claim to be logicians and possibly the teachers. I mean, it's hard to tell modern day times. That's why we choose here on the level to pick upon certain arguments rather than making judgments on things. So we judge people by their arguments rather than their reputation or however many views or whatever they get. How many people say certain things to us, it is irrelevant, really. We're only bothered about the argument. So what I'm going to go over today is a little bit about a guy called Jesse Kozlowski. People can decide whether they... Wow, thank you very much, Timothy. A lot of people getting a chance to get a membership. Thank you very much, Timothy, from everyone that gets the thing. So, let me check my screens. I bet they've been messed up again. Yes, they have. So give us a quick second. It keeps swapping me primary monitors whenever it goes on and off. So these this is one particular video that I've found in my collection. It's a short 8-minute section taken from a video that was done, as you can see, Soundly's in the bottom corner here. And this guy up here in the center is Jesse Kozlowski. And he's going to go over some of the stuff going to go over this. So here we go. Look, watch this.
Also here, this column is indicating the precision at which this data was processed, was collected and processed. We're going to say that the vertical is good to about a decimeter, which is what, about 3-4 inches,
so
right?
within 10 centimeters.
Right. So Jesse Kozlowski here, straight away we go into, he says about a decimeter. And then he says that's about 3 to 4 inches. Because he's the surveyor, right? And Soundly writes him and says 10 centimeters, right? A decimeter is 10 centimeters, strangely enough. But this is his vertical accuracy. When we say we're doing elevation checks, we like to deal within the millimeter to be as accurate as possible. Whereas Jesse Kozlowski, as he's just told Soundly, he's dealing with a decimeter. 10 centimeters.
1 to 100. AKA 1 millimeter to 100 millimeters.
Mm-hmm. A decimeter. And that's because he's strapping the thing on the top of his car and driving over a bridge. It's not actual surveying, but I mean, that's what he's talking about. Carry on.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I mean,
So
that's
what-
still
so
really
it's-
good.
Yeah, it's like four inches or something, right?
Right.
Now, here's an example of just surveying something.
Right, now watch this. Now, I haven't changed this at all. So this is done 4 or 5 years ago. Jesse Kozlowski's over there at Soundleys, right? And he's done this as a presentation. Watch the detail that goes around this. This is Jesse Kozlowski on a video to Soundly doing a live presentation, and he has this on screen. I've not put it on screen. Jesse Kozlowski put this on screen. Now check this out for graphics and what he does.
You take this billboard, and if we were to survey the corners of these letters,
Bouncing in corners of the letters, nicely bounced in. So these are the letters. I haven't changed it. These are the letters that Jesse Kozlowski put on screen. Jesse Kozlowski put this on. He's got these letters here. He wants you to look at this sign with these words and these letters. He wants you to do that. Jesse Kozlowski does. Not me. Jesse Kozlowski.
we'd be able to draw lines between those.
Lines. Look at this.
And if we surveyed the corners of the billboard,
Surveying the corners of the billboard. Again, graphics going on there, bouncing around.
be able to determine the shape of that billboard. And this would have nothing to do with whether I'm straight onto it or skewed to it. What I'm getting at here is this whole idea about perspective does not affect the actual physical location of where these corners are. The dimensions are going to be the actual dimensions no matter what the visual looks like. So keep that in mind as we start to look at some of this data and some of Soundly's pictures.
So keep this in mind right in front of Soundly. Keep this in mind, because this is what Jesse Kozlowski wants you to look at here, live on Soundly's show. Yeah, Blue Marble's just pointing out that Jesse Kozlowski, the guy at the top of the screen, the one who's presenting the video, actually put the billboard up there with research flat earth. And he put those little points on it so people like you, Blue Marble Science, can actually look at that and see who the flat earthers, see who the ones that want you to research flat earth are. People like Jesse Kozlowski. Because Jesse Kozlowski is obviously Flat Earth Society. He's the pretend globe surveyor that wants you to research flat Earth. That's right, Blue. Your friend, Jesse Kozlowski. Since you know that we are not flat earthers, and Jesse Kozlowski is the guy that wants you to research flat Earth. He wants you to do that. Put it in your mind, Blue. Burn that thing in your mind that Jesse Kozlowski has done this specifically because he wants you to do this. Not us. It's ridiculous. We have a proof that the Earth is not flat. But Jesse Kozlowski wants you to do this. And he wants you to know as well that the actual positions of these points on this billboard that he's showing you, he wants you to see that their perspective has nothing to do with it. The actual positions of these points in reality will not change. A couple of parallel lines there. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 parallel lines that he's put on there. Yes, Jesse put it up on screen there. You can see it. Blue. Jesse Kozlowski, the guy here, doing this presentation, has put this research flat earth billboard up on the screen so everyone can look at it, Blue. Are you saying he hasn't put that up on screen? Blue Marble's refusing to see it. I think it's a case of ECV for Blue Marble Science, knowing that his friend is wanting you to research flat Earth. Why does he want you to do that? Who knows? Who knows, Blue?
Because people are just really struggling with what is obvious.
Yeah, Blue. People are struggling for what is obvious. Well done, Jesse Kozlowski. Blue, you are struggling to see what is obvious. And what is obvious is that Jesse Kozlowski has literally put up a billboard stating research flat Earth. That's Jesse Kozlowski. He did that to Soundly. Live on Soundly's show.
So, you know, I have to give credit where credit's due.
Right? This is, again, your friend Jesse Kozlowski, the guy that's not around anymore, sadly. He's the only guy that said that level drops from horizontal and it's measurable. But he's not going to tell anybody how you do that. But listen to this.
This whole tilt thing here that I've been doing this past year, you know, I got the idea from Bilu. I'm not kidding.
The world famous Bilu.
And those scientists were...
That Bilu. Does everyone know who Bilu is?
I have no idea.
Bilu's an alien.
Okay.
Jesse Kozlowski, the only guy that's publicly ever stated that he is pretending to be a surveyor and that level drops from horizontal, is also saying that he was inspired to look for the tilt of vertical by Bilu, an alien. Literally.
Talking about the tilt. We're trying to create and show you the shape of this bridge. And now I'm looking sideways eastward. I'm trying to get this.
Okay. He's looking at this sideways.
View, looking east. I've created a plane and forming a triangle.
He's looking east and he's making a plane. What do you think that is? Where do you think that plane is?
Horizontal plane.
What do you think?
I would, yeah.
It might sound a little bit deceptive, but I think Blue Marble will be telling you it's a vertical plane. Really? Isn't it, Blue? A vertical plane that this guy's dealing with. Look,
that way. And that's the plane that I'm in. So here it is. Here I am showing you that view again in my software and what I'm trying to create. And I hope that's coming through. So here's what I'm going to do with the view, this cross-section view. I'm going to start to turn it from the side.
It's a cross-section view. Cross-section of the plane? A cross-section of a plane. Maybe.
You can start to see now, there's a little hump there, and there's a hump there.
Turn it.
And turn a little bit more.
Turn it.
And each time I turn it, I zoom.
Like each time he turns it, he zooms in, he's going to say.
Zoom in, so you could kind of see what's going on. This is the shape of the bridge starting to appear as I turn in my software.
So where's the zoom involved in this? Because the ends still seem to stay at the same place.
Okay. There
is no
turn a little bit more, and each time I turn it, I zoom in, so you could kind of see what's going on. This is the shape of the bridge.
There's no zoom, right?
He said explicitly,
yeah,
he is zooming by turning.
Yeah, he's turning it and then zooming in.
No, he's saying that, yes, but I think when he says that he is zooming, he is turning. Yeah. So he's just turning, and he's calling it zooming.
Yeah.
Starting to appear as I turn in my software.
Turn it in his
software.
So
there's that chord, and in fact, I think my next slide is to. Oh yeah, here's my last.
Look at that. That's him turning it and zooming in the bridge. look at what's happened.
Turn.
And
So that's about as far as I could go. And after that, the thing would start to disappear. I don't know why, but the graphics would not allow me to turn this anymore.
Yeah, the graphics wouldn't allow him to turn it anymore. He broke the computer program trying to manufacture a curve in a straight line. It's fantastic. But here we go again. This is in the middle of the... I don't know whether you can see at the top here. It says 981 TCH. It may look like bitch wrote on the screen, but I'm sure that's highly coincidental. Probably means nothing. And these are the lines that he's got. So if you go back here, you can see he's got a red line there and a blue line there. Right? And if you go back a little bit further, there, you can see they're closer there. And as he turned it, these two lines separate from each other.
Yes,
Boom.
for no reason, because there is no zoom here. Because distance between these vertical lines, these white lines, let's say, it is pretty much the same. So he's not really zooming.
Yeah.
Because these vertical lines, 3 of them, they would cover much more space in the picture. Or maybe they will be even invisible because they will exceed the frame of the picture. But it is still the same size.
Yeah, Charles says he's zooming only on the up-down axis. The up-down axis. He's only zooming in the up-down axis.
Okay, so this is just distorting picture.
Yeah.
Let's say. Distorting
Complete
picture.
fantasy. Yeah, it's nothing. He's not actually zooming. And you can see at the bottom he's got a north. He's got like perpendicular axis down here. So I'm not so sure what Charles is talking about. It's just only zooming in on one axis, and that's not really zooming in at all. That's distorting an image. You can't zoom in on one axis only. It doesn't really work like that, unfortunately. But hey, this is Jesse Kozlowski.
So that's about as far as I could go. And after that, the thing would start to disappear. I don't know why, but the graphics
I know why.
would not allow me to turn this anymore. So here's the side view again, and that's my midpoint,
This
981.
is the side view.
If anybody wants to check this math, that's the chord. It's 28 point, like rounded off to 28.5, let's say, or 28.46 if you want to go to the nearest centimeter. And this is the length from the first level point that I kept in my sample to the last level point.
Right, so the first to the last, that's him driving over the bridge, the start of the bridge to the end of the bridge. The first to the last. So he's saying this distance is the distance across the bridge. From one end of the bridge to the other end of the bridge. As I call it, point A and point B. And there's a distance. The shortest distance between those 2 points is obviously a straight line. That's this straight line here. From, like Jesse says, from the start to the end, A to B.
And that's the distance.
That's the distance.
So pretty interesting, that shape that you just showed us there, Jesse. Would you like to expound on that a little bit?
It's a pretty interesting shape, that, isn't it? Looks like a fancy bow and arrow. Even with sighting targets and stuff. Anybody else? Any ideas what the shape of that looks like? It's a pretty interesting shape. Soundly likes it.
This shape right here?
Yeah.
That shape, right there, yeah.
Well, it looks curved to me. Is that where you're going with this? I mean,
Is that a shape? Is a curve a shape from a claimed surveyor? Can't do better than that. Well done. Well done.
It's kind of obvious, right?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, these are
Kinda
level.
obvious.
I mean, if you look at these, except for the humps,
Exactly.
these are all at 5.7, 5.7, 5.7,
Right.
5.7.
They're all at the same elevation. 5.7, 5.7, 5.7, 5.7. And remember, he has zoomed in on one axis only for some reason. But they're all 5.7, 5.7, 5.7, as he says. But he needed to zoom in for you to be able to see that they're all at 5.7, 5.7, 5.7. Now, this is one of those cases where you shouldn't be looking at the picture, because Jesse Kozlowski has just shown you that he performed some software trickery to the point that the computer said, no, Jesse, stop fucking doing it. You can't do that anymore.
The thing was built to be level above that water. I don't know. Do we really need
So
to
it's-
talk about the difference between level and flat?
Exactly. It's level and curved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Soundly, no. There is, I mean, that is curved because Jesse Kozlowski put it through his surveying thing, his software thing to make it curved. But in reality, he said they're all 5.7. So Soundly's been tricked by a paralogism that's been laid out by this guy here, Jesse Kozlowski. That blue marble science. What, Charles, what are you doing? He didn't zoom in. If he did not zoom in. See, we've got Blue Marble Science in the YouTube chat saying you can't get AutoCAD to zoom in on one axis. Lol, Charles. And then you've got Charles in the on the level Discord chat saying that he only zoomed in on one axis. So again, flat earth mathematics and blue marble science are at odds with each other. They're contradicting each other as we talk here about Jesse Kozlowski. I mean, which one of you guys knows Jesse Kozlowski the best? When Jesse said he was zooming in, Charles said he was only zooming in on one axis. We could all see that the actual zooming in never actually happened because the whole thing stayed on the screen at the same fucking time, Blue. So somebody's messing us about here. Somebody. Get your act together, you two guys. I mean, you claim to go on and have meals with Jesse Kozlowski. And you know he's not going to come back. So you two guys are the only guys we've got that can actually speak for Jesse Kozlowski. He can't speak for himself. We've got flat earth mathematics and we've got blue marble science. Both speaking for Jesse Kozlowski because they both know he's never going to come back and speak anything about this for himself. But let's hear what Jesse Kozlowski says while we can, because he's here.
So
It's actually
Yes.
amazingly level considering the distance that they had to build this thing.
I'm telling you, it's
20
really,
for 24 miles. They're very consistent, don't you think?
it's awesome. It's
an amazing
an amazing
piece of architecture,
construction.
really. Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
The way I phrase it is a monument to the curvature of the earth.
It is a
really
monument. to
It's
the
a
curvature of
man-made
the
monument.
earth.
It
I
really
totally
is.
agree with that.
It really is. So, and you can't make this up. I mean, it's just, there it is. I mean,
You can make it up though, because you, Jesse, have just got your computer program to literally make this up. You've took 5.7, 5.7, 5.7 all the way across and turned it into a curve. You have literally made this up.
Yes, he curved straight line. This
Yeah.
white line was previously straight and now it is for some reason curved.
He fixed it at these two bits here and then lifted the center up and put a big curve in it for some reason.
Yes, and he said that he zoomed, but he didn't because this green line stays the same. This distance is the same. So he didn't zoom.
He's rotating the view. rotating the view, Blue. Come on. It stayed the same. He's not rotating the view at all. He's foreshortening the bridge. Wow.
Is there a chance that Jesse is going out on a limb and telling Soundly in variance particular that he can't make this up, like Soundly can't make this up? Is that what he's doing? Maybe.
Well, I think it's like this is the wizardry that is always within Jesse Kozlowski. It's the way a lot of people deal with these conversations, modern day times. If you say some really stupid shit and then say you can't make this up, then stupid people will believe you.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
And so if Jesse is doing that, telling Soundly, you can't make this up, well, he can't, because Jesse's just done it.
Yeah.
And if Soundly were to say the same thing, then he would just be repeating what he learned from Jesse, aka Soundly didn't make it up at that point.
Yeah, Soundly doesn't need to make it up.
Exactly.
Blue Marble doesn't need to make it up. Nobody needs to make it up because Jesse Kozlowski has already made it up for them. This is the shadow giant Jesse Kozlowski laying down the paralogisms that everybody else is going to deal with. Now, Blue Marble Science can imagine that Jesse Kozlowski is the only surveyor that will ever publicly state some stupid shit. Jesse troubles to say this, but Soundly's not scared at all. Soundly will blatantly say what he imagines Jesse Kozlowski has said. But check this out. This is where it gets interesting, mathematically interesting.
You know, I collected the data, processed it, output it. That's it. You know, here, and all this is just me trying to create views so you can see it.
It's just him trying to create views so you can see it. Literally, that's what Jesse's doing. He's telling you. He's just got the information. It's 5.7, 5.7, 5.7, and he's literally made a view so Soundly can imagine it curves. And Soundly's fallen for it.
So there it is. Now, let's see. Where are we going next? Okay, so there's the chord. You know, you can check that math if you want. But look what I did here.
Right, here we go. Look what he did here. This classic. I remember this for ages. Stuck in my head, this. Look what he did here.
I took a sample, you know, just creating that blue circle is the result of doing what's called a three coplanar points.
Three coplanar points, right? So you get three coplanar points. Where'd you get them from, Jesse?
In 3D would describe a circle. So I selected one of my beginning points, one in the middle, and one at the end.
Three coplanar points, one at the beginning, one at the middle, and one in the end. Three coplanar points.
Oh, like the center of a circle and the two extreme points of a diameter?
Possibly. I mean, it's hard to tell. Like earlier when we went over the plane, the paper thought it was horizontal.
That circle would be, in that case, in vertical position.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That would be vertical circle.
Vertical plane, yeah. So three coplanar points, one at the beginning of the bridge, the level bridge, one at each end, and one in the middle. Three coplanar points, right? On the circle. Yeah? Three coplanar points describe a circle. Yeah? You with us? We'll go back over it again. He does say that. And this is Jesse Kozlowski. So listen to what he says.
Next. Okay, so there's the chord. You know, you can check that math if you want. But look what I did here. I took a sample, you know, just creating that blue circle is the result of doing what's called a three coplanar points in 3D would describe a circle.
So three coplanar points in 3D would describe a circle, right? Yeah?
Okay.
Which circle?
vertical.
Yeah, but which circle? Like 3 coplanar points would describe a circle.
Maybe within a triangle, I think. Because there is three coplanar points are creating triangle, not circle. But
Well,
if he's imagining circle here, okay.
You've got 3 points, so you could make... How many circles can you make from 3 points?
Well, at least 3.
3, yeah. So 3 coplanar points wouldn't define a circle. You could make 3 circles. So you'd struggle to define a circle from 3 coplanar points. I would anyway, at least. But I'm not Jesse Kozlowski, right? I don't even understand what Jesse Kozlowski said when he said it, or why he ever said it in the first place. Listen to it again. Listen.
Okay, so there's the chord. You know, you can check that math if you want. But look what I did here. I took a sample, you know, just creating that blue circle is the result of doing what's called a three coplanar points in 3D would describe a circle. So
Describe a circle. How? How do 3 coplanar points describe a circle? Let's have a look.
I selected one of my beginning points, one in the middle, and one at the end, making sure that I didn't pick one of the humps. I wanted to make sure I was picking, you know, the points on the level spans.
Right.
So
the lower deck, as I call it.
3 points on the level. Right? That's the 3 coplanar points are on the level. Same level. One at each end of the bridge and one in the middle.
So if they are coplanar, so it means that level is straight. He's talking about straight level.
Mm-hmm. And
Because
describing a
otherwise it
circle.
doesn't Yes.
How do you do that?
This circle would be only in horizontal position.
It's impossible, right, to make a vertical
Yeah.
circle from 3 coplanar points on the level. Literally impossible, Blue. But, hey, this is Jesse Kozlowski. He's not going to come back and explain what the fuck he's talking about, because, I mean, how could he? It makes no sense. It's literally nonsense. But, hey, Jesse Kozlowski doesn't have to come back and explain it. He's got people like Blue Marble Science and Flat Earth Mathematics to come and do it all for him. Doesn't need to come back and explain it. 3 points will form 2 chords, and the intersection of bisectors of those chords will be the center of the circle. On the level, Blue. On the level. 5.7, 5.7, 5.7. All the way across. All of those points. 5.7.
And bam, there's the radius of the Earth.
And bam. 3 coplanar points on the level. And bam, there's the radius of the Earth. Impossible, but hey. Jesse Kozlowski says it's not. He's bam.
From that, and I did 2 of them. I didn't even do a bunch. I did a couple of them. And then I looked up a calculator that gives you the radius by latitude, and we're right about at 30 here. The south end of the bridge is at 30. The north end is at 20 minutes. I just went with 30. And
so let me pause you here and just make sure that
right now this, I don't think Jesse was trying to rush through it and get away with it.
Was that a sigh of relief from Jesse as Soundly cut him off?
No, I think if you listen to what's about to happen, this is the sort of reason why Jesse Kozlowski can't come back. Jesse Kozlowski is just about to be placed as a shadow giant by Soundly for his ability to make shit up.
Everybody in the chat or anybody that's listening right now that may have started reading the chat and not really paying attention, pay attention here, okay? Jesse has measured the curvature of the Earth, and he has measured the radius based
Yes.
on that curvature. That's what
Yes.
Jesse did.
I did.
So there is no presupposing R anymore. Okay.
No, we have R.
It has been directly measured by Jesse Kozlowski during Globe Earth Tourism 2019.
Yeah.
So
Roger that.
R is no longer presupposed.
No, it's
Not
it's
that it
actually
ever was.
it's monumented.
Exactly.
It's monumented.
So,
Like,
from his statement, because it is completely non sequitur what Soundly is saying, but I think that because he said that pay attention because nobody is paying attention, it means that he's talking to people who have no clue what Jesse Kozłowski was talking about.
absolutely.
And he is just preaching for Jesse Kozłowski. Look, you don't understand any word from Jesse's mouth, but I am saying you that, and what he did. So he proved and measured radius, etc. Because of course it doesn't follow from Jesse's statements that he measured radius. Soundly is saying that.
Geometrically ignorant. Everybody who's listening to that, including Soundly, completely geometrically ignorant about three coplanar points. How you can get those three coplanar points to form a circle. Like, can't be done. It can't be done. Unless you think the plane is a circle. The three coplanar points are on the circular plane, the vertical circular plane, which also is impossible because you can't have a vertical plane on that model with the radius like that. It's impossible to derive a circle from three coplanar points in the way that Jesse Kozlowski has got on screen right there. That's in reality, Blue, not geometrically, Blue. The point here we have to point out is three coplanar points on a level plane.
Plane, yes, plane. Not, but if level is curved, it cannot create plane. So,
Yeah, so they cannot
so-
be three coplanar points.
absolutely.
Okay, so using Jesse's words, Blue Marble Science in the chat, it's impossible. And I'll stick by that. You show us how it is possible, Blue. And then show us the plane that he's talking about.
It is a concrete monument, 20 some miles long. So so here's what happened here. I did a comparison of what, and again, I didn't sit here and calculate this myself. I just picked these 3 points. You could pick.
He didn't calculate it himself. Literally, that's what he's just said. Listen again.
Happened here. I did a comparison of what, and again, I didn't sit here and calculate this myself. I just.
He didn't sit here and calculate this myself, says Jesse Kozlowski. So who did? Who did it for him? Somebody must have done it for him.
Pick these 3 points. You could pick, I guess you could pick a whole sampling of them. And by the way, this is just the southbound lane. I didn't even look at the northbound yet.
Didn't even bother looking at the north.
But we're within 0.5%, right? Somebody can check my math, but that's that is what we see here. So they did a
pretty
great
good
job.
measurement, I'd have to say, Jesse.
I think so. That still won't stop me from going up to Maine to do the Alberuni method. I want to definitely meet up with Justamaniac. He's on YouTube, Justamaniac. Take a look. A surveyor up in Maine, and he's in my Facebook group, Geodetic Surveying Facebook group. And
Anybody got an idea who the Justamaniac, you should look him up on YouTube. Anybody got an idea who that might be up in Maine? The one that wants to be in his Facebook group?
this Maine or not from Maine
Yeah.
surveyor?
Yeah, absolutely. This is 2019. This is Jesse Kozlowski talking about the guy that may or may not be in Maine on this video with Soundly. So the connections of all of the people within this arena that you've heard of, they're all connected together. Jesse Kozlowski, Soundly, Blue Marble Science, Flat Earth Mathematics, Rumpus, George, Larry Scott. They're all the same group of people. There's no other people to deal with. There's just this group of shadow giants that continue to manufacture shit. Just literally making stuff up.
He did the Alberuni method using zenith angles to the horizon of the ocean from a mountaintop. And this spring, I got to go do that. It's just something I want to do.
Something
Also,
he wants to do. It's just
Alberuni.
something he wants to do is the Alberuni thing, measuring an angle to the horizon from a mountaintop. So if you ever see anybody on a mountain with a theodolite or anything, just check whether they're doing an Alberuni method like Jesse Kozlowski does, because apparently it's something that people have to do. So thanks for popping in, Blue. Hope you're having a good 4th of July. He's having fun. Right now, let's should we have another go at another quick video? Let me see. It was. No, it's only 43. There was I've got so many videos. How long is that one? 22 minutes. Uh, 2 minutes. Let's see how.
Maktoon, if I may, can I have one final question?
Sure.
On the twin boat paradox. I just want to get clarity. According to what you think, when does the water, because you said there's a curve eventually, fine. When does that curve start? I want to know. From the bow of the boat. It's touching the water now. When does the curve start?
I can make it more clear. It's always curved. It never starts. It's always there.
So immediately, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You've been a great sport. We'll leave it at that.
Can I? Right. So that's this is the one I wanted.
See, we've got James A for £5 says Bev thought a water level gave him horizontal, but you didn't pick him up on it.
Well, we did.
Yeah, but it's the tangent to the surface. As I said, this is just
to the horizontal.
So here, just simple geometry.
I'll say it again. I'll say it. This is high school geometry here. If you have a 2 mile long water level,
I think that now this is a level, not a water level.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, is it?
A water level does establish a horizontal. I'm not arguing the horizontal plane defined by the water level. I'm perfectly fine with that. For 1 point on the surface of a sphere, then the center of that water level is the tangent plane to the surface. All right, so I'll cover what a water level is. Here's imagine you have a tube and it's connected, right? So imagine these two pens are connected, and you put water in them. Right, and the top is open so like the water can flow up and down. What will happen is they'll level out and they'll stop moving and they'll sit there like this. And when you sight across the top of them, That establishes a horizontal for the position that's right in the middle of them, right?
Is that higher than the both ends of the water level?
Then it
That
would be,
center
yes.
point? Would
Yes,
it?
it would.
On,
Yes.
on a sphere, the center of a water level would be higher than the outside tubes.
Correct. Absolutely.
McToon's 2020. Okay, so this is obviously a compilation of all of the bits that I've been dealing with. But you heard that. On a water level,
Good afternoon, yes.
the center is higher, stated by McToon. I'll go back, play it again.
For the position that's right in the middle of them, right?
Is that higher than the both ends of the water level?
Then it
That
would be,
center
yes.
point? Would
Yes,
it?
it would.
On,
Yes.
on a sphere, the center of a water level would be higher than the outside tubes.
Correct. Absolutely.
McToon's 2020.
Not for this position and not for this position, just for the middle of those two positions. Now,
there is no middle
if
here,
the
by
Earth
the way.
is flat,
Yeah,
That's why he's
Only
saying
got
that
two.
in the middle would be,
yeah.
because this is only supposition, because there is no middle here.
It's a monad, right? It's a point in the middle that doesn't exist. That he wants you to focus all of your attention on, not the actual water levels at either end.
But still, if, and this is impossible, because if he could manage to create that tool with 3 ends, with one in the middle, he couldn't show that this middle is higher, obviously. And he, of course, would be explaining that because this Earth is big and in short distance you cannot see, etc. But he couldn't say. But he's pointing his finger to empty space when he said that it would be there.
Yeah.
But by creating a water level with 3 ends, which is nonsensical, but for purpose of...
But no, he said sighted. It was sighted in the center. And the line of sight is straight. So how can it be higher? How can you sight a non-existent thing that would be higher than the sighted line across the two? I mean, doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. A bit more.
that horizontal will be the same everywhere, right? So you could go a mile away and establish and use the same tool to measure a horizontal at the point that's between them. And so then you have two horizontals, and then you could test to see if those two planes are parallel to each other. If the Earth is spherical, then those two planes of horizontalness for that point will diverge from each other. That is how it works on the surface of a sphere. And that's what he needs to test. He needs to test to see if horizontal at two different places are the same. Absolutely.
Yeah. As you can see on screen, we have already tested this. This is what we do, and this is something that we've already done. Yes, we've tested it. Come and meet the Realizing Euclid test anytime.
That is how it works.
So if
on
I
the surface of a sphere.
to you that a water level was horizontal, would that disprove your sphere?
If you had measurements, absolutely. Got any measurements?
Water level is horizontal.
Got any measurements?
Has anybody got any measurements that water level is horizontal? Because apparently it will disprove the sphere, according to McToon. He said this quite a long time ago. Anybody else bothered taking it up? Anybody else managed to get a proof that level is horizontal? They proved it to themselves? Just the Realizing Euclid test. It's not hard, is it, right? Proving things in reality to yourself is easy.
Yep.
There's one of the methods right on the screen, right there. you want me to provide you with measurements that the water level in a canal is horizontal. True.
The entire surface of it, yes. Is the surface of that water of that canal? Is it matching a plane or does it curve? That's the question.
I'm familiar with the bubble, Morty. I also dabble in precision, and if you think you can even approach it with your sad naked caveman eyeball and a bubble of air, you're the reason this species is a failure, and it makes me angry. You want to experience true level? Do you? You want to experience true level? Do you?
Wow, it's so... Oh my God. Oh, Christ.
Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch.
Everybody knows that you're wrong.
I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
Oh, yeah, it's measurable.
You want to experience true level? Do you? Yeah, true level, bitch.
Wow, it's so... Oh my God. Oh, Christ.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
But I love flower fruit.
My name's Ramsey.
The earth is flat.
I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
My name's Ramsey.
Oh, everything's crooked. Reality is poison. I want to go back. I hate this.
What's his deal?
Shh, Morty. Go to school, Summer. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little. Yeah, true level, bitch.
That's the thing. Your vision is already being obfuscated by the spherical cap.
You want to experience true level? Do you?
Parallel lines will intersect.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Level means curved, right?
Yeah, true level, bitch. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little. Well?
You seem to be in charge of what I get to remember.
My name's Ramsey.
Good question.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Water is demonstrably not level.
Straight lines can curve.
You want to experience true level? Do you?
People have measured the surface of water to be curved.
Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch. Yeah, true level, bitch.
Maktoon, if I may, can I have one final question?
True level, bitch.
On the twin boat paradox. I just want to get clarity. According to what you think, when does the water, because you said there's a curve eventually, fine. When does that curve start? I want to know. From the bow of the boat. It's touching the water now. When does the curve start?
I can make it more clear. It's always curved. It never starts. It's always there.
So immediately, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You've been a great sport. We'll leave it at that.
Can I just come in here now? I'm going to post a little, it's only a 23-second clip. This is one, and then there's another one, right? Do you want to have a listen to that? Because you seem to contradict it.
Just a second. Okay.
So the horizontal would be going out from your feet,
Listening.
and that would be the horizon on the water
That would
level.
be-
would
that would
keep
be-
going out, yeah?
That would be horizontal. That would be the line defined or the plane defined as horizontal.
Yes. So from the water level from your feet would go out towards the horizon horizontally.
Yes.
Okay. And I'll just get you another one that just to have a
That was a
Okay.
little list.
That was great.
So, Bev, what's your question?
Well, wait a minute. I'll get one more. There's one more clip. This one. Okay.
While he's getting it, thanks, Mattoon. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're welcome.
That other one there that I've just posted. That one.
All right, listening. Well, that's
I'm not arguing the horizontal.
Okay, so what's your
plane defined by
question,
the
Bev?
water level. I'm
Well,
perfectly fine with that.
You've said in both of those clips that the water level is a horizontal plane.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you just say to SE that it was dropping from your feet?
Yeah, so here's what it is, Bev. I'll explain again. And I think I did it before when I talked to you before, but it defines a horizontal plane tangent to a single point on the surface of the curve.
Mm-hmm. To the horizon. From your feet to the horizon.
No. A horizontal plane
That's what you said in the first
tangent.
clip.
Let me just clarify.
Mm-hmm.
It defines a horizontal plane tangent to a point on the surface of a curve. And if anybody's ever done calculus, you get to explore these concepts a lot in the introductory calculus things.
So can I go over it again? From your feet to the horizon when you are stood at the water's edge, which is what we were talking about, that is horizontal, but you claim that is a tangent.
No.
Okay,
From your
you've gone
feet,
off a tangent. Right, okay.
from your feet to the horizon, you can define a plane. You can define a plane anywhere you want. But the plane from your feet to the horizon is not horizontal at your point. It diverges from horizontal at your point.
But you did say it's a horizontal plane in that clip, right?
Well, maybe I misspoke. Maybe you misunderstood.
And that other one where you said that the horizontal plane of the water level is not in contention.
Like I said, and I'll say it again, and please don't misquote me again or misunderstand me.
No, it's like you did
Right?
it.
You can define a horizontal plane tangent to one single point on the surface of a sphere.
I'm not arguing the horizontal plane defined by the water level. I'm perfectly fine with that.
So when the water level has 2 points, do you mean the plane from one point to another, like on the water level?
The plane that is then defined by that. Well, that with 2 points of a water level, you only get a line. You don't get a plane. Say so. If you had 3, you could. But we can extend it once we talk about.
You can move the
line.
water level ends wherever you want, and it would be a horizontal plane. That's why we call it a horizontal plane.
Yeah. So you have two parts of a water level. The point that is
hang on. It only means 2 points.
Rob, please.
The point that is equidistant from both sides of the water level, that point there, so right in the middle, the horizontal plane is right at that point.
So, but it would all be horizontal. That from one water level to the other end, that entire line with the bit in the middle that's horizontal as well. Like all of it's horizontal, isn't it?
Yeah, and that will diverge from the line to the horizon.
But not from the line to the water level.
Yeah, the line between the two water levels is a line tangent to the curve at the point, at the midsection point.
So the water level does establish a plane.
It does establish a plane, and that plane diverges from the surface of the earth.
The plane that the water level makes diverges from the surface of the earth. Can I just get a clarification?
Yes. Yep. The 2 points of the water level, you draw a line with that, and you can extend it to a plane. That line will diverge from the surface of the earth with increasing distance.
Make sure again. The water level, the tool, establishes a plane, and you say that plane diverges from the surface.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay.
What do you reckon to that? I'm pausing it. What do you reckon to that? The water level establishes a plane, and that plane will diverge from the surface. Surface of what does it diverge from?
It seems to be contradictory to the Webster's dictionary. I don't know if they even know what they're saying.
I know. Yeah, this was early on. So this is early on McToonery fucking about with shit that they haven't got a clue about, right? The monadic belief is telling them that they have to say something, but they don't know what they're saying. They have to contradict reality, but stick within reality at some point. Crazy.
Oh, the other day, who was it? Was it Kenny or somebody was in the chat? You know, and was brought up about the monad, and he was okay with it. Like,
yeah,
just monadic belief. Yeah, that dictates everything they do. Well, almost everything.
Yeah.
Few contradictions, but it's okay, acceptable. Proof by contradiction.
Yeah, contradictions prove the model.
Yeah.
So that's McToon messing around with the horizontal plane of the water, and it's somehow diverging from the surface of something. But the water level.
What about it now?
What else have we got? That must diverge from the surface. Must do.
All right. There was one other guy asking questions. I think I could, if you wanted to, but then I need to get back to some other stuff.
Yeah, I bet you do.
But he's asking me anything. What the fuck? Sorry.
So who was that had another question?
Well, can I ask what's up then? What do you think about the idea that a water level establishes a horizontal plane that diverges from the surface of the Earth? What do you reckon about that?
What is diverging from what again?
The water level establishes a horizontal plane, and somehow that horizontal plane diverges from something, is what McToon said. I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap it around.
I don't get the question, to be honest with you, because if it's a horizontal plane, then it's a horizontal plane throughout.
No,
matter
he
how
said
far you look.
he said 2 points of the water level.
Oh, here we go.
Establish a horizontal plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, high school graduates
That's
agree
what
with
we've
him.
been saying, RC, yes.
Should have
2
been
points of the
tangent
water
at the
level
midpoint.
do make a horizontal plane, yes.
Tangent at the
Literally,
mid.
a horizontal plane is infinite, by the way. Like literally, that's how it's presented. Frame of reference. Therefore, it's supposed to be infinite.
Wait. What about left lane saying it's tangent?
A
at the
coordinate
midpoint?
system, for example, doesn't have an end, does it? So that's my answer to that. If it's satisfactory enough, we can move on.
Yeah, my job is done.
I've got a quick question for McGoon. Is he still here? So, MC, are you still here? Toon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in your last example, which deviates from which? Does the surface deviate, the sphere deviate from the water level, which is forming a horizontal plane, or does the horizontal plane deviate from your curved surface?
They deviate from each other.
So how does the water surface deviate from your sphere surface?
The water doesn't deviate from the sphere surface.
So you just said the water forms a horizontal plane, which is the tangent.
I'll say it again. I'll say it. This is high school geometry here. So, and I'll do it again. This really doesn't have. This really doesn't have.
Tone.
Okay. interrupt me again, and I'm going to leave, okay?
I don't care. Just stop condescending.
Do care.
So get
Yeah,
on with
he's
it.
looking for a way. He's
We've been doing
looking
good
for
so
a way
far.
out. Don't
We know
trigger him,
he's
you'll
gone.
leave.
He's gone.
Back just... Oh, good.
He's gone. That's all it took.
I think that question pinched him.
Maktoon, if I may, can I have one final question?
Sure.
On the twin boat paradox. I just want to get clarity. According to what you think, when does the water, because you said there's a curve eventually, fine. When does that curve start? I want to know. From the bow of the boat. It's touching the water now. When does the curve start?
I can make it more clear. It's always curved. It never starts. It's always there.
So immediately, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You've been a great sport. We'll leave it at that.
Can I just come in here now? I'm going to post a little, it's only a 23-second clip. This is one, and then there's another one, right? Do you want to have a listen to that? Because you seem to contradict it.
Just a second. Okay.
So the horizontal would be going out from your feet, and that would be the horizon on the water.
That would
level.
be-
would
that would
keep
be-
going out. Yeah.
That would be horizontal. That would be the
Yes.
line defined, or the plane defined as horizontal. It's always curved. It never starts. It's always there.
So immediately, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So from the water level, from your feet, would go out towards the horizon horizontally.
Yes. It's always curved. It never starts. It's always there.
So immediately, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll just get you another one that just to have a
That was
Okay.
little list.
That was great.
So, Bev, what's your question?
Wait a minute. I'll get one more. There's one more clip. This one. Okay.
While he's getting it, thanks, Mattoon. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're welcome.
That other one there that I've just posted. That.
Well, I'm not arguing the horizontal plane defined by the water level. I'm perfectly fine with that. Well, I'm not arguing the horizontal plane defined by the water level. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not arguing the horizontal
Okay, so what's your
plane defined by
question,
the water
Bev?
level. I'm
Well,
perfectly fine with that.
You've said in both of those clips that the water level is a horizontal plane.
Yeah. It's always curved. It never starts. It's always there.
So immediately, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you just say to SE that it was dropping from your feet?
Yeah. So here's what it is, Bev. I'll explain again. It's always curved. It never starts. It's always there.
How much more do we need to go over on this? You can see the contradictions. They've been there for years.
Yeah, quite some time.
Forever.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't have contradictions, they wouldn't have a model to be able to have a dogmatic belief about.
But it doesn't matter because it's just the monad. So,
Yeah.
Like, and some of them are okay with it. Like, just the monad dictates everything. I asked Betty that center that, does it affect everything? And he said, yeah, it was everything, yep.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Monad.
So, hopefully that shows you about the monadic belief of the blue marble scientists, and I call all of these people blue marble scientists. Not just the ones that have YouTube channels called Blue Marble Science. No, I'm talking about Jesse Kozlowski, Maktoon, all of these people.
Maybe you could drop the blue marble bit, not even give him credit, just say, monad science.
Monadic. Well, we've got monadic logic. We're going to have a bit of a go over that in a minute.
Monadic science.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. But I think the blue marble science fits very well. It's been said that there are two separate sides. There are the on the level, the honest people over here at this Discord channel that you can come and have a chat with, discuss about any of these issues. And then on the other side, there is the blue marble science team, led by, obviously, the ringleader, the guy with the YouTube channel, Blue Marble Science. But there is a group of them, and they are opposed to the reality that we have here on the Level Discord server. Now, they obviously have contradictions within the Blue Marble scientific method, whereas we don't over here. That's the difference between on the Level Discord and Blue Marble Science. On the Level Discord, we do not accept contradictions. Literally, logic dictates that there is no contradictory things in reality. So why have them in your monadic belief system? Why have a dogma that states that you have to accept these contradictions? We don't. I don't have that dogma. I've released it. We have epohe. So if you are struggling with contradictory ideas and contradictory beliefs, struggle no more. Come over to On the Level Discord, and we will hopefully present you with epohe, and you can release all of that dogma. There's really no need for it. So like I've said, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the Discord for a short July the 4th going over of a thing, and then we will come back tomorrow. We have tomorrow the esteemed author and monadic logician, our friend Beddy, coming over to go over some of his passions about Aristotle and I think Thomas Aquinas, and I think that's because he admires Thomas Aquinas' ability to combine science and faith. We're going to have a bit of that tomorrow. See whether Aristotle can have a bit of this. So let me put a quick Buster song on. Sorry for the short show, but if you want to come into the Discord, come in to click the button at the bottom on the Level Discord, and we'll be going over in preparation for this thing tomorrow. Let me anyone got any requests? Oh, anyone?
Can I just say that True Level Bitch song, that was my favorite?
Yeah.
I would only request that one just because of that.
True Level Bitch. Live or we'll go with the original one, right?
Yeah.
True Level Bitch, requested by Buster. Does need a new video. I need to redo this video. In fact, I'd like to redo this whole thing. But hey, thanks for watching. Click the button. Come on into the On the Level Discord server. It will be fun. Trust me. Come on in. We'll see you tomorrow. That should be even more fun. Don't forget about that.
Yes, this is basic geometry. Your flat Earth geometry. Flat Earth geometry. This is basic geometry.
It is.
I called you a flat earther.
My name's Ramsey.
Insisting that your flat Earth geometry will work.
I'm familiar with the bubble, Morty. I also dabble in precision, and if you think you can even approach it with your sad naked caveman eyeball in a bubble of air, you're the reason this species is a failure, and it makes me angry.
Did he say a five-sided square question mark?
You're a universal horizontal waterer.
You're drunk.
I called you a flat earther.
You want to experience True Level? Do you?
Yes.
That you're right.
want to experience true level?
That auto level is establishing a horizontal. That's just the way it is.
Because I've done the test with an auto level, which gives you a horizontal. Yeah, it's going to look super flat.
All right, come on.
Wow, it's so.
Three coplanar points.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
I called you a flat earther.
If you're into math, there's a certain shape where you could make a 5-sided square.
Are you suggesting that horizontal can't curve?
Everything's crooked. Reality is poison. I want to go back. I hate this.
What's his deal?
Morty. Go to school, Summer. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
Ranty, come on. That's a globe. He eventually just gave up and said, yeah, I agree, it's a globe.
Geodesic is a continuous string of infinitely small, straight lines.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
It's really flat and level now.
Ranty, come on. That's a globe.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Ranty, come on. That's a globe.
Lance to the caustic slaughter!
Well?
You seem to be in charge of what I get to remember.
Why?
Good question.
Ranty, come on. That's a globe.
I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
Wow, it's so. Oh my God. Oh Christ.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
If you're into math, there's a certain shape where you could make a 5-sided square.
Ranty, come on. That's a globe.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Wow, it's so. Oh my God. Oh Christ.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
I called you a flat earther.
True level, bitch.
I called you a flat earther.
True level, bitch.
I called you a flat earther.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Person to think.
When you get to the end of this test and you have a result and you say level is horizontal and everyone says big whoop, that doesn't prove anything about the shape of the earth, will you then say yes it does?
No.
No. Okay, I'm going to bed. Right.
Okay, so you.
I'm going to bed.
That level is horizontal is good for you then, right?
I agree. I agree. Level's horizontal. All right,
Sweet.
good night.
True level, bitch.
Perfect.
Wow.
Nice, mate. I came in
Nice.
just for that.